Did you know that there are 6 simple squat variations that can transform your entire lower body? Each one of these targets your body in a different way that will give you unique benefits. Let's start off with the easiest variation and work our way up to the hardest. The traditional squat is as basic as it gets. Although it's simple, it lays the groundwork for every other squat that you'll be doing. If the bodyweight version is too easy for you, then you can always add a barbell on your back. And that's the beauty of almost all of these exercises. You can do them with or without any weights. Form will be your key driver of result here, so let me show you how to correctly do it. When doing the exercise, stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, toes slightly turned out. Push your hips back like you're sitting into a chair, keeping your chest lifted and core engaged. A lot of people forget to focus on flexing their core, and you don't want to do that, especially when you have weight on your back. Lower until your thighs are parallel to the ground, knees tracking over your toes. Drive through your heels to stand back up. The bodyweight squat is great because, it doesn't just target your leg muscles. It improves muscle endurance, strengthens your lower body, and promotes better mobility. It's not a bad idea to do a couple sets of bodyweight squats to warm up for the ones that I'm about to show you. Also, you'll want to stick around until the end because I'm going to show you a bonus exercise that you can quickly do at home whenever you have free time. Now we're on to the goblet squat, which takes the basics of the bodyweight squat and levels it up by holding a weight out in front of your body. This engages your core and lower back while still hitting your legs super hard. Here's how you do it. Hold a dumbbell or kettlebell close to your chest, keeping your elbows tucked in. With your feet shoulder-width apart, lower into a squat by pushing your hips back and bending your knees. Keep your chest upright as you go down, making sure the weight stays close to your body. Once your thighs are parallel to the floor, push through your heels to rise back up. This squat mimics real-life movements, like lifting heavy objects, with good form. Your legs and core will definitely be feeling the burn, but trust me, you're just getting warmed up. Now, these next 2 variations are a little bit different of a stance, so let's see if you can do them. We're going to get you on one leg to challenge your balance and, at the same time, build up your lower body. The Bulgarian split squat does a great job at working out your legs individually, something that a lot of people don't do. Stand a couple of feet in front of a bench, step, or even a couch, and rest the top of one foot on it behind you. Hop your standing leg forward to find a stable position. Lower your body by bending your front knee, letting your back knee drop toward the ground. Keep your chest lifted, core tight, and front knee tracking over your toes. Push through your front heel to return to standing. This move right here is excellent for targeting the quads, hamstrings, and glutes, but it also works those stabilizer muscles around your hips and knees. Honestly, it's a must for injury prevention and improving functional mobility. If it feels tough, don't sweat it. Start without weights until you get the hang of it. You can even hold on to something if you're having trouble balancing. Now let's move on to the next squat that gets your body moving side to side, which is crucial, especially since as we age, we tend to engage in less and less activities that have our bodies moving that way. The Cossack squat not only strengthens your legs, but also increases your flexibility and mobility. You should start this one off by using only your body weight and leave the weights to the side for now, because, it can get pretty challenging, especially if you're not used to moving in this plane. To do it, you're going to start with a wide stance, much wider than shoulder-width apart and toes pointing slightly outward. Shift your weight to one leg, lowering your hips into a deep side lunge while keeping the other leg straight. Keep your chest up and core engaged as you sink as low as you can into the squat. Push through your bent leg to return to the starting position and then repeat on the other side. This squat variation is perfect for improving hip mobility and stretching those inner thighs. It's a great functional move that helps with side-to-side movement, such as playing pickleball or even just reaching down to pick something up from a low, awkward angle. If you're wondering how you're going to put all these exercises into a workout routine, don't even worry. I've already put together a little workout plan that I'll be showing you very soon. Now, let's combine all of these benefits that you've got so far of balance, flexibility, and strength and put it into one exercise, the pistol squat. I started implementing this one into my leg workouts recently, and honestly, I plan on keeping it in the routine for a little while. Follow closely how to do it, because it's a little bit of a tricky stance. Start with standing tall on one leg with your other leg extended straight in front of you. Engage your core and begin lowering your body by bending your standing knee while keeping your extended leg off the floor. Lower down until you get to like a 90-degree angle, keeping your chest lifted and arms out in front for balance. Now, some people will go all the way down, but I recommend stopping at a 90-degree angle if you're beginning. Now press through your heel and drive back up to standing. If you're able to do the pistol squat, that means that you've got some serious lower body strength and core stability. This move will make everything feel easier, whether it's jumping, running, or just getting up from a low chair without using your hands. Now, if this feels too advanced, well, don't worry. You can modify it by using a bench to sit back on, or even hold on to a stable surface for support while you build up the strength and balance. Now, it's a very common misconception that it's bad for your knees if your knees go over your toes on a squat. But to put it simply, this is just not true. As long as you've mastered all the exercises that we've just covered, you are ready for the sissy squat. Now, I'm sure you've probably never heard of this exercise before, but it's a fantastic all-around lower body exercise. You'll be isolating your quads and leaning back to a comfortable distance, all while keeping your body under control. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and hold on to a stable surface for balance if needed. Rise up onto the balls of your feet and start to lean your body back, bending your knees as you go. Keep your hips and shoulders aligned in a straight line and lower yourself as far as you can without losing control. Once you've reached your max depth, press through the balls of your feet and squeeze your quads to return to standing. For starters, I suggest only going halfway down until you get the hang of the exercise and your knees get more comfortable being in this position. Alright, let's go over the bonus exercise, which isn't really a bonus because you should be incorporating this exercise into your workouts already. Find a wall, slide down into a seated position like you're sitting on an invisible chair, and then hold it as long as you can. The wall sit hold sounds simple, but your legs will be burning in no time. This move is all about muscle endurance, giving your quads and glutes the perfect final challenge. As the seconds tick by, you'll really feel those muscles fire up. Not only does it build strength, but it helps your muscles resist fatigue, making you stronger for long runs, hikes, or even just standing on your feet all day. It's also great for improving mental toughness. Pushing through the burn and holding on for those extra few seconds can make all the difference in your overall endurance and stamina. Remember, hold it as long as you can and then challenge yourself to beat that the next time around. Your legs might be shaking, but trust me, they're going to thank you later. Now let's put these exercises together into a complete leg workout. You're going to perform 2 different leg workouts throughout the week, one on Monday and one on Thursday. On Monday, you'll start off with 3 sets of 10 bodyweight squats just to warm up. Then you'll do 3 sets of 5 to 6 reps on each leg of the pistol squat. Then 3 sets of 10 reps on the goblet squat, and then you'll do 3 sets of 8 Cossack squats. To finish off the workout, you'll do 2 rounds of wall sit holds for as long as you can for each set. Now, on the second leg workout on Thursday, you'll be warming up with 3 sets of 10 bodyweight squats again, then 3 sets of 10 Bulgarian split squats on each leg. After those, you'll do 3 sets of 8 sissy squats, and then finish off the workout with 3 rounds of wall sit holds till burnout. Alright guys, if you found this video to be helpful, be sure to share it with a friend.